Alright guys, it's John. So one of my most anticipated albums of 2017 has finally been released. Motionless by Graveyard Shift is an amazing album, but I do have one problem with it. I am going to go track by track and just tell you my thoughts on each song. Track 1 is Rats. They released this single as the final single, and at first I was not a huge fan of it, but I really enjoy the track now, and I do think it is a really nice intro to the album. The second track is called Queen for Queen. This track is extremely good to me. The strongest things about this album are like some of these choruses are just amazing. They're super catchy, and this song's chorus is extremely catchy. It is probably one of my favorite tracks. Track 3 is called Necessary Evil, and it features no other than Jonathan Davis of Korn. This track is amazing. First of all, it is heavy, and then you have Jonathan Davis on it, which is just like, he is a freaking legend in my book. The first verse, Chris sings, and then on the second verse, Jonathan Davis sings, and then on the chorus, Chris and Jonathan Davis singing sounds really amazing. If you have not heard the song, go check it out because it is amazing. The fourth track is called Soft. The track's pretty heavy, but I don't really got a whole lot to say about these tracks at all. It is really heavy. Then it starts with this really cool guitar riff, and then the drums are just, it just sounds really good. It sounds really heavy and just really, it is what Motionless is. They're heavy. The fifth track is called Untouchable, and I kind of feel like this track is the unstoppable track of Graveyard Shift. This track is pretty soft, and I love the chorus. I love the lyrics in it. It sounds really good to me. Track 6 is Not My Type, Dead as Fuck 2. Of course, as you can tell, this is a kind of like the second part to the first part on their last album, Reincarnate. If you have not listened to that song, go check it out, and then come back to this song here. It does have like this infamous Reincarnate vibe, like it really does. It starts with that I don't know what it is, but it has that like infamous sound. Track 7 is The Ladder, and this is kind of where the album falls apart for me. This song is about like girls who just have sex with the guys to just like keep on getting more popular and popular. Y'all know what I mean. It is a good song, but my problem is with the last half of the album is that it is not really the album. It is more of the songs. They released 4 singles: 570, Eternally Yours, Rats, and Loud. Loud, 570, and Eternally Yours are the last tracks on the album. I get why they almost released half of the album. All of us Motionless White fans, we have spammed that song 570 and Eternally Yours so much. It does get old after a while, so just like going through the last part of the album, you just go to this song, and then you're just like, I have to listen to this. I've listened to this 5 million times. But the album is not bad. I just think that is stupid how they released the tracks 9, 10, and 12. I don't really understand that. Track 8 is titled Voices, and well, it sounds pretty good once again. So some of these tracks there are kind of like rock anthems, kind of. Track 9 is Loud, which I mean, I have grown to like, but it's still my least favorite track on this album by far. Track 10 is 570. Of course, we heard this song. It was released back in the summer of 2016. Track 11 is titled Hourglass, and it's really heavy too. I like it being heavy, but it still has that like softness to it. And track 12 is Eternally Yours. Of course, we heard this song too. I mean, most of us have. And I think it's a pretty good way to end off the album because at the end of the song, it has the piano outro thing, then it has Chris singing, and I mean, like, it does really end off the album on a good note. What are my thoughts on the album? I really do think this album is amazing. I don't think it is as good as Reincarnate. I still love this album, but I think Reincarnate is just a tad bit better, but I don't know. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. I would love to know. Also, earlier I posted my review for the new Papa Roach single, which you can go watch right here if you would like. As always, thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, subscribe, and yes, I'm John. Later.